Yo, hi, humans and non-humans and people. It is 3 a.m. I cannot talk loud, nor can I talk expressively, but that also means that I sound a lot more lighter in my voice, which makes me feel a lot more happier about myself. So anyways, welcome to this checkup video. It's another checkup video, kind of like what I did in 2021. Although this is going to be a little more different. It's going to be shorter and a little more compact, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to explain it per se, but let's just say this is going to be a lot shorter since, while a lot did happen in between the last checkup video and to where we are now, most of it's not really worth mentioning because it's either stuff that was an impact but isn't anymore, or they're too personal that I do not wish to speak upon. So yeah, other than that, let's get to talking about some stuff, shall we? I want to first start off with the major thing, and that is my counseling stuff. If you remember at the end of my, or sorry, not at the end. If you guys remember from the last checkup video I made, I was talking about how I was going to counseling and stuff because mentally I was in a shit fucking state. It was terrible. It was god awful is what it was. So recently, around the beginning of this year, I had my last session with the counselor, and a lot is cool. A lot is cool, yo. That's all I could say, really. So basically, I've been going to those sessions for like over a year, almost. Actually, not like over a year. It was almost a year though. And basically, I've just been improving on a lot of different stuff. Hell, I made a fucking chart to keep track of shit of what I need to work on and stuff. I wasn't told to do this or anything. This was just something that I was laying in bed, and one day I woke up, I was like, you know what? I should do this. I think this would be very helpful, very useful, very nice, and all that shit. And so I did it. That's what I did. So yeah, I wanted to start off by saying that stuff is going pretty good, but I also want to talk a bit more about what I'm doing in my life and shit, because it's kind of just all over the place with its own shit and whatever. The best way I can describe it essentially is like, well, it's true that counseling has helped me out a lot. There's one thing that hasn't changed. It'll never change. I didn't ask to be born. Why was I born? Why did this happen? This is cursed. So yeah, basically, long story short, I still don't mind death, okay? I'm not saying I'm gonna crave it or anything like that, but if it comes to happen, oh fucking well, honestly. But that's the thing, is that nothing can change my mind on that. Like, I've had a lot of exercises to try to get rid of that, and I'm just like, that's just how I am. I mean, I didn't ask to be born and all of that shit, and here I am. I was born. What the fuck, bro? Like, that's kind of cringe. That's kind of whack, don't you think? I think it's pretty whack, but I don't know. Maybe to others, they'll just be like, no, don't talk like that, don't talk like that, and I'm just sitting back just like, be in my shoes for one day. Know what I've been through for over the years. Know the suffering and pain that I have endured over years and years. And then tell me if what I'm saying is normal or not. Anyways, yeah, life exists. College exists, I guess. I was originally looking into stuff for like working on computers, but now I'm looking into stuff for graphic design because I know Twitch and YouTube will not save my ass. So I might as well do at least one of the portion of that I like doing, and that's, graphic design. Now, don't get me wrong, my graphic design is not great at all. I basically just do simple basic edits for thumbnails and stuff. But who knows, maybe I can do something a little more interesting with that. So yeah, that's something I could definitely look forward to. Oh yeah, and how's the whole job situation? I'd rather die, but anyways. Look, nothing has changed since last year. Is that a bad thing? Yes. Do I care? Did you not hear the last portion I was talking about? Okay, but in all seriousness, yeah, long story short, I'm existing in life and all that shit. I am, trying to get some college stuff working for graphic design stuff. It could be pretty cool, I mean, hell, if all goes well and all that shit, then I can maybe make better thumbnails instead of just making the same old cringe-ass thumbnails I usually make. So, hey, there's some improvement and some stuff to continue going on from there, I suppose. Okay, but let's go ahead and just dodge life for a second, at least for right now. No, because let's be honest, that shit's kind of lame and boring, All of that shit and everything is all of that. I like Bailey now. She's actually a good dog. Yeah, I didn't mention that now, did I? For those who do not remember, I've had a lot of issues with my dog Bailey and all sorts of shit like that. But I own an Anatolian Shepherd shirt. I think that says a lot about what's been going down. Yeah, I know, that's kind of a small thing, but to some others, or even some of my friends, are just gonna be like, she's lying, I'm calling bullshit on this. And I'm just sitting back like, no, it's the truth. Alright, another thing is kind of a small thing I want to talk about, and that's my character, aka my OC. So yeah, my OC has been through 100 million different changes. For those who are unaware, my character OC used to be named Raiden Vexus, and I was originally trying to transmit that into Shivani Vivian later down the line, until I finally come across my final decision and went, well, you remember how Raiden Vexus looks? Fuck it, that's her forever design. Don't worry about it. It's no time to make it a little complicated and shit. Okay, then who is this character that we see? Well, that's just gonna be my online persona, long story short. There is literally nothing else I can say to it. So yeah, if you ever see this character going around on my VTuber model, that's just my online persona now. Does she have any lore or anything to her? No, not really. I don't think I want to give her anything too crazy like that. At least not for right now. I want to mainly focus on Raiden and the other OCs that I do have for the story that I'm trying to write and all of that stuff. I think one thing I was trying to do was to make Raiden kind of like a self-insert character, and I know that some people don't like self-insert characters, and I don't blame them, really. But I really wanted to do it, and because of my different numerous ideas, it kind of just made things go haywire and shit. So from here on out, I'm completely separating Raiden from Shivani, I guess, aka me, if you will. So try not to compare Raiden to me now, because she is going to be rebranded to pretty much not be me at all. Oh, and another thing, Sin is dead. Fuck off, guys. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is streaming and making videos. I don't remember much about what I mentioned in my last checkup video, to be perfectly honest, if I mentioned anything upon streaming or video stuff or whatever. I will say this, there was a bit of a rut that I was in terms of streaming and video editing and all that stuff, because I was just depressed. There's nothing else to it, I was just fucking depressed, bruh. But I think now I'm getting to a point to where I want to edit more videos and stream a little more, and that's because of the new direction I'm going with my videos. Is they're mainly being more talking oriented videos instead of the typical highlight videos. I feel like these talk videos are honestly a lot more fun and enjoyable to make, in my opinion, and I know it's completely different from the content that I'm usually making and all of that shit, and I know that some people might not enjoy it as much as the normal highlight videos. But I generally just have no interest in doing those kind of videos anymore. If ever in the future, if I ever get like a job where I can make like a good amount of money to support myself and whatever, maybe in the future I might pay editors to like make highlight videos for certain stuff or whatever, but as of now, I'm kind of just sitting back, just like, I don't really feel like making highlight videos anymore. The most I'll do is just edit clips to post for TikTok/YouTube shorts, and that's about it, really. I don't do anything else with all of that stuff. Streaming is still gonna stay the same, do not get me wrong, especially with my text-to-speech demon that I have. Streaming is gonna stay relatively the same, pretty much. It's just that I'm gonna be streaming more, which is, you know, totally a foreign concept from the streamer who used to stream 2 times a day, am I right? I was on that grind back then. How the hell did I do it? No, I'm actually serious. I actually used to stream 2 times a day. Why did I do it? I don't know, but I clearly had some fucked up energy back then. Anywho. Yeah, the videos from now on this channel will be mainly talk orientated and all that shit, with maybe some other unique stuff there and there. If I ever decide to go back to doing highlights or whatever, it'll either be because there's a specific kind of highlight video I want to make, or like I said, if I ever pay an editor to make a highlight video instead of me just dying at my computer desk and just stop editing videos and going back to watching Black Rock Shooter for the 6th time already. I don't have a problem. So yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I feel is the most improving factor of myself, honestly. The happiest part of me, honest to God, really. So before we say what the big old deal is, let me go ahead and bring everybody up to speed here. Bring everybody into the class together, right? Alright? So, In the past, I have been through a lot of stuff. What kind of stuff specifically? Well, if we were to go into specifics, I would either have some people wanting to kill me, or I'll just feel guilty for mentioning things that I feel I shouldn't, even if it's free game. The best way I can describe it is essentially me just having trust issues, doubt upon myself, and feeling that I'm not worth it, etc, 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 etc. And while I don't mean this in a literal sense, I mean it more in a metaphorical sense, it was like I was chained down, if you will. I was not free in this instance. I was kind of just chained to say and believe what I felt others should believe and say, blah, 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 what have you. And this also mainly involved not just me being trans, as most people already know already, but it was also some other things as well that went along with it. And a lot of people may come to think to me and just be like, surely it can't be that crazy. And it's not that crazy. The trip of me figuring it out, however, is a lot more on the crazy side, really. I've discussed a lot, and I've also poked fun at me with relationships and everything, and how I consider them the spawn of Satan. And while that's obviously not true, I still consider anyone who tries to think of me in a relationship just being like, ha ha ha, you're fucking evil. And at first I thought it was essentially PTSD or some form of trauma that was keeping me from wanting to be in romantic relationships and whatever. And while that might still be a contributor and everything, I think it's also the fact that I'm it's a pretty cool flag. Where's it from? I've already made a tweet about it and a YouTube community post on it, but yes, I'm essentially a romantic. Yeah, let's go, gamer. Which means I have no romantic feelings towards stuff, nor do I feel romance anymore. It could potentially be because of my PTSD and my trauma that I have no way of feeling those emotions anymore. And you would think that I'd be upset with that, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I think it broke those chains that I was once bounded to long ago. I think for years I wanted to pretend that I was interested in romance because, well, it was making people happy and I wanted something to make me happy. And it made me feel like I was chasing something that would just never come to be, no matter how hard or how long the effect lasts or whatever, all that shit. But not only that, since I'm aromantic and I don't have to think about romantic feelings or anything like that, I can now focus on weaponizing myself and getting ready for the next monster hunts that I have in Monster Hunter World. Yeah, I said that right. That's not a joke or anything like that. I'm actually playing Monster Hunter World again. That is another thing that I probably should have said before, but that's shut up. Just let me have this. Anyways, yeah, I know I'm trying to make this seem like it's a big deal even though it isn't, but yeah, I'm a romantic. What of it? What you gonna do, huh? People are gonna be like, you felt romantic feelings before, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, you're right. I get where you're saying, but, yeah, like, you can have me with one of the most perfect gals in the world, and I know there's no one who's really a perfect gal or whatever, but just stick with me for a sec. Like, you can put me with the most perfect gal around for like years and years upon end, and I won't feel any of that sort of stuff. At most, I'll see them as a best friend, and that's really it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, just a quick recap on everything. Counseling did great. I don't really care about my life. College is kind of interesting and whatever. Raiden is now a completely separate entity and is not a self-insert character anymore. I'm gonna be streaming more, at least try to, and I'm gonna be making a lot more talk videos, and I'm a romantic. So for those who thought they had a chance with me, sorry, but get fucked. I don't mean that in a mean way, I mean that in a joking way. Please don't hate me. Anyways, that is pretty much all for this checkup video. I know it's a lot more on the positive side, as you can clearly tell. It really means that a lot has went down. There were some other things that I basically did go through, like the time where I made a Never Met account, and if you guys want me to make a video on that, maybe I'll make it into a VR chat video, sort of, whatever. Trust me, it's not as crazy as you might think it'll be, but if you want, I could maybe talk about that. Why not? I like talking, that's the thing. I think talking is just something that's great, and I am more excited to make more videos of me just just talking about stuff, whether it be about games or game topics, maybe just life in general or whatever. At this point, I might as well make a fucking podcast or something, because talking is just all I can fucking do, which is really weird because I'm an introvert. You'd think that talking would be the last thing I want to do, but here I am, here we go, here we zoom in and all of that shit. And as I mentioned before, I stream a lot on Twitch and all of that stuff, and I post some clips not only on YouTube Shorts, but also on my TikTok as well. That is to say, if TikTok does not burn to the ground or anything like that. So if you want to find me more on any of those places, that's where you can go. And I also post some shit on Twitter, just whatever I'm really feeling, so there is also that. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to me just kind of rambling about and whatever. And for those who are seeing this video before seeing the other checkup video, if you guys want, you could check out the old checkup video that I made. I'll have it as an end card so you guys could click on it just to see how far I've truly come in terms of a downgrade in video editing skills and an upgrade in me just being happy for once in my fucking life. I also want to quickly thank a few of my friends who I will list on the screen right here in text. You know, just some people who I have high respects for and I feel deserve a lot of love. So yeah, thanks again for those who are watching this video, and I will see you all whenever I see y'all. Bye-bye.